The county, Buffalo County Commissioners order at this time. I need a motion to accept our agenda.
I'll move.
All aye. Motion carried. I need a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting.
There were 3 meetings.
Yeah, there's 3 meetings. So,
Okay,
one that got
delayed.
delayed.
Yeah.
I'll move to accept the minutes of the 2 prior meetings.
All aye.
I,
Motion carried. Okay, we'll start out with the public input. We have Sherry here with the Highway Department.
Well, I'm the first one, I think.
I saw that.
This is just like church. Right. I didn't sit like that.
That choir in back there.
Here's.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, my concern is with what I believe is inefficiency in the county highway department. And these are things that I've observed. The maintainer started blading the P2 road, which was down by George Fosix at the Shelby Road. And they bladed to the bridge, north 5 miles, and back to the Shelby Road. And that was all. That involved several miles of road travel with the blade up. The maintainer bladed my driveway in September and bladed nothing else en route, which involved 10 miles each way with nothing accomplished other than blading my road. At the September commissioner meeting, the chairman stated there should be no more gravel falling this year. Reason, it is too dry, will not pack, and if we get snow this winter, good chance it will end up in the ditch. Gravel hauling continued for at least 2 weeks after, with one truck hired, costing, as I understand it, the county $30,000. Driveways have been gravelled before the county roads get attention. There's not been monthly maintenance on the roads. Roads mowed 4 times this summer, and many will need to be mowed again as there are weeds that fall at the road edge. State roads are only mowed twice a year. The computer and software have been in place for many months and still no reports submitted. And those reports are important and they need to be submitted to the auditor for efficiency in her office. These are inefficiency of man hours, machines, and fuel usage. And I am asking the commissioners to address these issues and evaluate the supervisor. That's for you.
Thank you for your input. Susan, you have with the highway department.
Yeah, I wanna know yet has the insurance claim been settled and a report and then been released so we can get a report on that. I think when there's $40,000 worth of damage to county equipment, there should be some accountability, and it should be sooner rather than later. Nothing?
Who did that?
But it should send me some. So it's finished.
Lee and I have been talking to, what's the gal from, the new gal?
From the public, yeah.
Public insurance?
Yeah, and so we have a call out to her in regards to a couple other things. I can ask about that too, just in, because Crownbeck is no longer with us. He's retired. Yeah. And so maybe with the new transition and stuff, so.
He says he hasn't done it.
It doesn't mean, I don't know why. Just-
Sure. So how about we do a follow-up and we'll let you guys know by this next meeting that we have.
Well, this
Thursday?
happened months ago. There's some problems, some malfeasance, some misconduct that shouldn't take months and months to settle a claim. There's no one involved besides county equipment.
I think Deb said that the guy, our agent that we usually work with is retired, right?
Jerry Crownbeck.
So we got a new one and we haven't gotten anything from her
There should have still been a report.
I know you.
She had a couple other questions on some other things, property valuation, and verify the lists, make sure the machines are correct once again. And we've reached out to her and haven't heard anything back, so when we do, we can talk about that too.
So we'll try to do some follow-up for our next meeting.
How about, was there any spraying done this year? Were they just sprayed, any?
No,
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 why not? No,
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
any road ditches sprayed this year?
No,
Okay.
no.
And one final thing, I would like to see a tracker put on that county pickup. Did I seen on 281 one day last week, seen in Kimball, middle of the day, seen at Verizon in Chamberlain. Think it'd be a good idea.
Thank you, Susan. Okay, we'll move on with the Buffalo County Highway and Bridge Improvement Plan.
I'll just give a recap on it. Okay. We met here at 12 noon, we reviewed the highway and bridge 5-year improvement plan for DOT and follow up to our resolution we passed for wheel tax. We have a list of structures that we want to either repair or replace. We're in the process of getting costs for some of those structures. We have estimated costs on bridges. But the item on the top of the list is the bridge marked in Poor, which we refer to as the Larson Bridge. That's at the top, as are 2 culverts, I believe it was on 238. The rest of the list, what we'll do is spread it out over 5 years, assign a year to each project. IMEG is working on a estimated cost for those culverts, and everything on the list is what come from IMEG's list that's in poor condition. So it's kind of ongoing. There was some last minute things. We're getting it together, and we anticipate having something to approve on Thursday the 13th and submitted to DOT by the 15th. And they told me that we get them something, get a plan, we can always tweak it, modify it, add to it. So they're just looking for something by the 15th. So that's rolling along.
Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Lowell, you wanna tell us about the happenings on the highway
You should
department?
have this.
You got a fuel bed there, Lloyd?
Okay. We have a bid from Total Oil, unleaded bulk, 3.93 per gallon, ethanol, 3.57. Number 1, unavailable. Number 2, 3.97. Do I have a motion to accept this bid?
I'll second. Aye.
Okay, Lowell, you wanna tell us
Yeah.
what we've been doing with the gravel?
The gravel hauling is complete. We have one small stretch to do yet. We want to pull some shoulders and re-gravel on 221st Street up there on the Lee Heights Road going east, be on the Rodney Yost Road. The blading is caught up, like you were mentioning, Lloyd. If we get a little rain, the road should be packing better than what they have been. And the roads are, I feel, are in great shape. I've been inspecting the bridges and the culverts for this 5-year improvement plan. And I have been through about half of the county. And I've reported to Lee and we put together a plan to replace what needs to be replaced. I attended the public input meetings in Fort Thompson, yesterday. Ditch mowing is at least 90% complete. And I hope that's the last time we got a mow for the year. I'm sure it will be. And we've been mulching gravel in the windrows and continuing to level out the shoulder windrow that we've been creating in the last month or two. So that's gonna be our priority, I should say, in the next couple of weeks is getting the mulching done and getting the road shaped up for winter. That's all I have.
Okay.
Got any questions or?
Yeah, think right now.
Were we gonna do some fall spraying? Well,
Since it rained, we probably will, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, wait a minute. You had, on that spring, you needed something done on that, on the sprayer, so it injects the spray at the proper
It's
rate.
all been done.
Okay.
It's ready to go.
Okay,
It's ready to go.
so did you take that to Sioux Falls or,
No, they come out here and calibrated it right here out of Spearfish, guy.
oh, really?
Yeah, they come out and,
But you got the injection part working there.
no, not, we're just got a bulk, the tank is tank mix.
Okay, were you gonna try and fix that injection?
Yep. Yep, we are.
So what does that entail, do you know?
We'll have to
You'll take that down to CNR?
CNR in Sioux Falls. And they'll
Okay,
go through it and get things working again so we can use the injection system.
okay.
I have a question about fuel, if it's okay to go in this way.
Yeah,
Okay, I was wondering about it, how we deal with, I've been billing everything to Lowell unless the sheriff has given me a bill to take the fuel. Does and it's probably more for the fire department, but how do they bill us? Because if they take the fuel from there, how
well,
does
there
it
should
come?
be a log at least,
Write it down in the office every time you fuel the trucks.
It comes to him? And then I just,
it should be kept separate.
because
though.
I've looked for 4 years and we've
Down.
never done anything, so for 4 years we haven't.
I write it down on whatever notepad's on the desk in there.
So
Well,
that,
maybe we should get more of a uniform form or, I mean,
Computer,
a
Sherry,
piece of paper on the desk.
Computer
probably isn't.
program, maybe?
Sherry, were we not looking, Sherry,
so,
were we not looking at some kind of meter thing?
like.
There's-
The meter on the pump, I write,
It is,
we
it's on-
reset
so we
when we
got
start
I got that
fueling.
replaced, yes.
Lowell's gotta take it and transfer it to his and then
Maybe
give
we
it
should have
to.
Did you
specifically
fill
for
last
fire
Friday?
department.
But that's where the
Yeah.
short is.
I never found a thing in my desk or in my office.
Computer program maybe.
Okay.
Somebody that knows.
Thanks, I just wanted to address that a
Let's
little
just
bit.
make,
See.
let's just make them a special one for fire.
You got anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Lee, we're back with you again with the weed
Website.
website,
Okay.
policy and procedure, all the above.
The website, we keep it updated. We got all the resolutions on there that, I believe there's 4 on there right now. The video, we've got an updated microphone going, so we will have a direct link to our commission meetings YouTube channel on the website, starting today with our mic that works. Policy procedure, or otherwise known as the handbook, I believe we sent that off. We made the changes on the family, I believe. And so you all should have that.
But family, does it start, when does let's say a new person starts now, how many days should they get before New Year's?
My
Is it,
thinking on the
all
handbook is
10?
30 days.
okay, he's met his 30 days. So then how many, does he get all 10 days of vacation before
That's what we,
Christmas? Okay,
that's the way it's written.
okay,
Can I add something there?
Yes,
Since, as long as you're there for 30 days or the first paid period, you should get your holiday vacation, right?
It's 30 days, not,
30 days,
it's 30 days.
okay? I
So
got,
are you asking, does he get holiday vacation within that 30 days?
no,
Let's say-
no,
Okay.
I'm not,
All right.
I'm asking, he was hired August 2nd, and Labor Day was August 5th, or September 5th. Is he entitled to have pay on September 5th?
Yes, because it'd be 30 days.
Yes, that's what I thought. Okay.
and then at that 30, is it for 8 hours? Because that's how it
Yeah,
specifies.
8 hours.
So he still owes more time then. If it's
Yeah.
40
Well, sure,
hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a 10-hour, we're on 10-hour days, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I was going to put together a little 5-minute thing on the conference. I didn't get as detailed as I liked, but we did attend the conference. I did vital records. That was kind of a follow-up, registered deeds, their new software and things of that nature. Alternative HR, we talked about hiring, resourcing people, marketing. It was a good session. There was some things that we took out of there that can be helpful, although that was kind of a step further than where we're actually at. The importance of DD 214s, we attended that.
We did separate, so we have all the handouts and everything else if anybody wants some.
Yep. So we got the most out of it that we could. There's some issues, DD 214s, for example, the honor wall out here, we're working on updating that. Made a DD 214 on file, we've posted that everywhere. So there is some important.
so your DD 214s, are they still in the book? I mean, kind of,
Yes, I've been through there briefly, but there are some on file and there are some that are not.
so you're kind of into what we could do here is maybe there should be a separate thing for the DD 214.
Separate file.
I don't know, I'm just wondering.
Uh,
When I looked at mine, I was kind of surprised, here it is in the book.
It's in a book, yeah, and others I've seen, just in files, there's files in there. I haven't gone through them and spent a lot of time on it. But we did get insight on how to file them. They get the original back, I believe we stamped the back of it. We had an example where someone didn't have theirs on file here, they're not on the honor wall, they should be. Well, they didn't have a DD 214 on file here, so we got some good insight, and most importantly, we met those that can help us with it.
Great.
There's a guy in Pierre that is real sharp with it. I think we know him, but
He's been here.
he's been
Oh,
here
yeah.
before.
Did he ask you when we were finally gonna hire one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, legislative audit, Deborah did that one. I did recording guidelines for registered deeds. There was some interesting things that come out of that. Prepares block, not as important as we once thought was. We went over some essential items, some things that could reject a document, some things I didn't know. So that was all good. That was very good. Deborah did levies. Let's see, I think I talked about that. Registered deeds roundtable was kind of, it was an overall, throughout the week before, registered deeds would send in questions that they wanted to talk about at the roundtable. The room was full. Okay, we took some good stuff from that. The last one, we both did executive session, do's and don'ts, open meeting laws. There was quite a bit of information there. We made some good notes out of that. And there's some things we took out of there that we can share later on. The only other thing I have from that, the SDML Workers' Comp Fund, South Dakota Public Assurance Alliance, every year they do Safety and Loss Control Recognition Awards. And to this date, Buffalo County has never been, that I see, awarded a safety award. I believe I can get us there.
There's just a couple counties that have never got that.
Yep. So
And we blew up 2 years ago.
I'll get us there. That's a promise.
Sounds good, Lee. Anything new on the weeds or?
Yeah, we did have there was a concern, some patch of what we thought maybe was Palmer in a feedlot. I did talk to Brenda Severs, at the state level. In order to do anything in a situation like that, it has to be identified as Palmer or whatever we suspect by SDSU.
Certified agronomist is already certified.
Yep. And so that was her guidance there. She did say that, the fact that it's being cut is good. The best outcome is that it's piled up and burned. But I have seen a field just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that I suspected Palmer. It had the spine at the end of the leaf. It had the characteristics of it. Didn't look like redwood to me. I mean, it was similar. They all look alike, as does nightshade. But I sent pictures to Brenda. She wasn't real sure that it was Palmer. But so we're still kind of going on that. But I guess right now the biggest takeaway is to create the awareness and keep this stuff from, it's coming in. She thought the biggest mode of transportation, possibly combines. Somebody comes from states, and they.
I just discussed, the state of Minnesota's got a big study on it now. The state of Missouri put an extreme red flag warning out on it. Minnesota said it's coming in on commercial cattle feed, which nobody can control. And it's getting into the feedlots, the dairy yards, and being spread through the manure. And that just spreads like wildfire then.
Yep.
And then the birds get a hold of it. Yeah, and combines probably do bring some.
Right.
But their biggest concern was the cattle, how, and it's all out of control really. In Missouri, they've done several studies on every chemical they can put against it, and it's got an extreme resistance to it.
Yeah. Her biggest thing this morning when I talked to her, there's different modes of action for different herbicides. Crop rotation is huge. So you get that different modes of action in there. So
Like I said, our guys, if they see it, they've been pulling it. And the biggest thing we've been told, you can pull it, either just throw it in the fence line or something, don't let it spread, but piling it and burning it's the quickest
Yep.
way.
get
But
that
cutting
seed
and putting back the solid pile is a bad mistake.
right. Yeah. What I'd like to see down the road, maybe sooner than later when we do these meetings, or if they're separate, maybe do public input or public, you could do slides, public awareness type of things. I mean, that would be very effective,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll do that.
Because we even quit planting sunflowers because there's no effective herbicide against them.
Right.
We're trying to control it the best we can, but everybody's got to try or it's a moot point.
Right. The first case of Palmer in the state was not very far from here, so it's here.
And like I said, the state is kind of throwing the counties under the bus because when they combined the ag agencies, they cut their workforce in half. Now they're putting it back to the county.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to you got something, Deb?
I do.
Okay, go.
All right, so we're at the auditor's report, so we are at number 9, if you wanna.
We missed the sheriff.
He's not here,
Okay,
so we're skipping.
okay.
All right, there were 0 hospitalizations for the month, so there's nothing to report there. Treasurer treasurer and auditor report.
Sounds like that sometimes.
So you'll see there, I don't know if I gave it all to you, but everybody should have it back there. It all equaled up, everything looked good this month, that month, so we'll have September's for the next time. Just wanted to kind of give a brief update on voting. I know the room looks kind of crowded right now, but everything for the voting is back here so that we could spread it out a little bit. As soon as we're done with elections, I promise I'll put it all back so that it looks normal. But I kind of got things hidden back there to have signs or this or that. So sorry for that, but next month it should be back to normal. So, and we've had quite a few people from Fort Thompson coming through the HABA grant. Yvette's been over there and it sounds like she's getting at least 3-4 a day, if not more. Seems like it was 20, we're up to like 30 absentee total. So.
We've got arrangements to vote to the school. We've got 18 voters up there. I'll take her with me this week.
Okay, and so that's pretty much my report in regards to that. So
We have a hospital,
There was none.
there's 0 hospitals.
okay,
So on to the next one, number 10 right here on
yeah,
our
yeah,
sheet.
yeah.
So if Kenny is around, I think that there was gonna be wanted to talk a little bit more about that Abernathy American Legion. And I think you were part of that too, maybe?
Well, no,
Okay,
I just visited with one this morning,
Okay.
so, but.
whoever wants to. Sorry.
No,
I have been trying to look into some, and I haven't found where to go yet on like Homeland Security to get some extra funding, but I haven't found exactly. I did call, make a phone call in, and they told me where to go, but there's thousands of grants to look through. And I haven't found exactly what I thought
Yeah.
would
We
qualify.
talked, Glenn talked to Don this morning, asked her about getting a grant, fixing doors and stuff on that building for the homelands. Every case of a disaster, the building's available for public use.
Is that your tornado shelter or is it secure enough for
Yeah.
something like that?
High winds, our doors are bad.
Yeah. And I, like I said, I haven't had a chance to, and I will continue to work on it.
Sure.
So-
you have somebody to go through it and tell you what you need to,
Doors are our main,
The doors are the main thing.
okay, you don't have any mold or anything like that.
No.
Only asbestos.
it's got blown on insulation.
Which is asbestos.
It was tested a couple times and they said no. In longer than down a period of time.
It's in your tiles and your insulation. You should have somebody come in and tell you what you need to have done. I know all you want is doors, but you're not gonna be able to put anybody in there if you got open parts. So I would suggest you get somebody come in and do it. And then if it's on that pre-disaster plan,
Okay.
you can find you some money. That's why we
Say,
get that.
Kenny?
approved.
Has that ever been checked for asbestos?
Yeah, we did, and I think I'd have to look back.
See, I thought after Legion took it over, we had it checked.
Ken, you were involved, right, when we did that?
Yeah.
We checked that for asbestos.
Yes, years ago.
Yeah.
See, I thought we had it
That's
checked
what's so
after Legion
dangerous.
took over and it was negative. It was ground up paper product.
It was ground up paper products.
We'll
Well,
have to have another check on it.
yeah,
Because when the Legion took it over, we was concerned about asbestos. And so we had it checked and they said it was just some kind of a paper pulp.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the tower, Lee? Would you hand that form there? Maybe you guys can spread some light on this for me as well. I know we pay the insurance aspect of the tower. I think to a thing of $30 or something like that for the, so this is what we're talking about. So, see where the tower's at there? And its value, so it's,
If I.
so then I had
understand
a,
that correct.
we were, yeah, so we're trying to just kind of figure out, but we knew it was on the,
Property valuation. So I don't know if that's a premium. See, that's why we gotta call her.
So-
She's got some other questions.
I just want everybody to be aware that it was on there
Yeah.
so that we,
That's what we were concerned about.
Oh, good.
Just make sure it was. The equipment
Mhm.
is insured.
Does it have equipment or how is it?
That reads radio tower. Buildings and contents. Replacement cost. Computer equipment, I guess it's not included there. But to me, it just says radio tower. So,
So the building's not, the building's not.
We have a call.
yeah, well, the building itself isn't on here because we don't own the radio
All
tower.
we own is the tower.
So to me, I guess I would say contents or anything that's hardwired to it. I don't know, that's a question for them.
And that's where we're not getting an answer back.
Well, she's got some other questions, and then we were gonna ask about the equipment issue. But she's got some other questions here that she just rambles on. I don't know, I'll call her and see if I can.
But we wanted to make sure that that was on there so everybody was aware of. That just
Radio
came
tower's
through.
on the
So-
insurance. Property
Okay.
insurance.
Okay.
But I don't know about the contents of
Yeah.
the inside of it.
Yeah.
I'll ask that question too when I talk to
Okay.
And we had a meeting and they made a motion at the meeting to ask for $200 rental per month. And we will pay the electricity out of that ourselves. Legion will. And that 200 with the, which includes the 67, is subject to change if REA goes up.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we'll leave it at that. And
Why the 200 a month?
Now,
you. So they can pay it like that.
Well,
Didn't-
that's not $200.
no. Also, when we visited this morning, that the in that would be the fire departments, and tell me if I'm wrong, Derek, but they've talked to you, that you guys would pay your
Can you
portion.
talk to them and the fire department would pay their share to the county?
County,
What is their share?
Well, it'd be a third.
it'd be a third of it.
If the sheriff pays a third, the county pays a third,
not with their share.
the fire department pays a third. And the ambulance district does use it, they want it in place. And I don't know if they're willing to kick some in or not, I don't know.
So our share is 200.
Then everybody else would pay you guys.
And then the other guys, everybody else would pay us.
No, what they said, our share.
No,
The agreement is between the Legion
agent
and the county
And so,
Only.
only.
only, so
Your
then,
county components could, I don't know how you do that in Berlin, but
yeah, so that then the fire department would pay a third of the 200. Is that how you understand it, Derek?
Sure.
So we would,
Wait, I'd say you'd have to talk to our treasurer, I guess.
that's what I was gonna say, I would need to talk to my treasurer as well to find out where that line item would have, we'd have to put a new line item,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, in there.
And out of that 200, the $67 comes for the electricity.
Yeah.
So,
So why did we do this now? And we went 30 years with it on the easement we had. Seems,
I guess,
well,
So the easement is illegal.
was that in the intent when you signed that?
When you guys built the tower, why didn't you build it on the easement ground?
Well, because it wouldn't have been near the building the way you're describing it now. As I understand, the road's in the wrong place.
and I'm not here, I know that, but I did read the easement. And the easement, I think it could be corrected. The Legion is not proposing to do away with an easement by any means. We're trying to maybe get it correct. But that does not address the space in the building. It addresses the construction of a tower and the utilities.
and the question, why is it addressed now? Because, like I said last meeting, the county is trying to get everything squared away to start over, get a fresh start. And this has been, you go back to Legion books and stuff, there's been requests to the county for payments and stuff, and nothing's ever been recorded, nothing ever happened. So let's just get this straightened out, so we don't have to, somebody don't have to do it again in 10 years or whatever. The best time to straighten the problem out now.
So what is your average bill a month?
70.
$70?
How much of that is your facility charge? I know ours is 50.
That is.
75 is a facility charge, so you're not using no electricity there?
No.
So the 75 is to
usually.
keep the electricity there.
I thought they told me it was 59 or something like that.
That'd be a facility charge plus your electricity use.
Well, you need to pay the facility charge to have the electricity there.
Well, and I, the other part, as I see it, is that they're wanting to update, and keep this building usable in the essence of a catastrophe, which we hope never happens, but there needs to be some new doors and stuff to keep things safe.
Because the Legion's always made that available to anybody that ever wanted to use it, regardless of what the function was. You know.
You're on the right track, I think, Don, when and Clayton talked about this too, but there probably is funds out there that are available from, home security or whatever.
Whatever.
There's quite a bit of money out there for that kind of stuff, and it would help the community to have that. In my opinion, it'd help it to be useful, just like.
Well, that's, anything we can have in these small communities to, in my opinion, is a great thing. And I just, in my opinion, can't see trying to fight over this amount and divide our community and our people any more than it already is, and try and work together. That's my opinion. And if we don't have to move it and we don't have to pay, I will do my best to try and find some extra funding to help cover it, but I couldn't do it in an hour time this morning.
First off, that's what our emergency manager gets paid those bucks for, is to help these guys with that, okay? She needs to come to our meetings.
I've never seen her until
Once I've seen
you
her
know,
once, last.
but personally, I've got no qualms against doing it, and we work with our treasurer to find out about trying to do a line item and work with the fire department and make this a viable, usable situation.
Because this is a small region and the only income source we have, and Kenny's been more or less doing this as a one-man show for quite a few years. A few dances or whatever, what we get from dues coming back is minimal. And so our income source, we gotta get a little from the building just to try to keep it up.
We give you.
And we're not asking for the exorbitant amount, we're trying to be fair.
I'd like to go see it, I've never been in there.
I remember being at dances.
Well, I wonder though, okay, you're talking $200 a month, $2,400 a year. So shouldn't we see what our equipment's like? I mean, we need that.
Can we table this till the 13th? Till we come back?
After we get done here, can we go with that?
Yes, when we get done here, we go up, we table it till the 13th.
All right. Susan, you got a question?
I just have a statement. Dawn is right. For $67 a month for the county, this is not even worth a discussion.
Well, that's
She's right. $67, how much money have you?
But it's
Well,
subject to change. We were told it's subject to
Well,
change.
the
in
rate,
this.
electricity rate
200.
goes up $5 a month.
It's
and
$200
$200 a month.
It's $200 a month, Susan, of which $67 is the electricity. So
It's still not.
no, that's what I'm
That's not
saying.
money that you're arguing about.
my
You're right,
point.
That's right.
Take away that 300,000 deficit.
Roughly $135 a month.
Yeah, it's about basically $135 a month.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But I think being we're going through this, we're making a new agreement. We ought to see what shape this equipment is in. I have been told that we can put that same equipment that would service on the tower out at Reliance. We can possibly put on the cell
But why,
tower.
and I don't disagree, but why move it out of here if we can help our Legion people?
Why would you do that? Why?
We
you're
don't
being-
know what
You're
shape
being
it's
unreasonable.
in.
You got a grudge against
All right,
Kenny and
but-
you're being unreasonable. There's no sense in that.
All right,
But we'll table it, we'll go look at the equipment, and,
Then you'll bring us the agreement for Thursday.
yep. Will you write us
What
up,
you wrote up, whatever it is.
whatever you wrote up, Kenny, that,
Or whatever. We'll just write it. Okay.
yeah, whatever you've got written up, bring it.
And the
Do
voucher and
our due
everything.
diligence and go check it out.
He's worth the voucher,
all right. We'll continue on Thursday.
Thank you, Kenny.
You bet, thank you. One other, that easement has gotta get corrected.
It's gotta get what?
Correct.
Corrected. As to
It's
where,
gotta get changed, which I was told they cannot absolutely change. That easement is illegal.
I know, well, it's kind of grandfathered in. There are perpetual easements still out there.
It-
Yeah.
It's fine, but it is not on the land, it is on private land.
We could fix it there.
It's on what?
it's on,
Who owns the land?
Legion.
And the
Agreement
Legion's
is with
private?
you.
Well,
And our agreement is with the Legion, right?
well, I don't think this is where we really need to,
let's get the other deal
yeah.
first. Okay, thank you.
Review of the burn ban.
Derek, what would your recommendations? I mean, I don't feel, my opinion, we haven't got enough rain to take it off, but maybe you feel different.
I don't know. Leave it on, I guess. People are smart enough.
Yeah, don't bet on it.
No, don't bet on those campers down there, we had three of them, we had 3 fires in the last.
They're firing AR-15s over by us like crazy right now. So we'll leave the burn ban on.
All
For
right.
1 month?
Yeah, I think that, what the old resolution said.
We would,
We review it, okay.
yeah, we would review it in a month.
So what does that mean?
So we reviewed it.
I'll look at it.
Okay, so no, that's right.
Okay.
Why don't you just make a resolution? Instead of just saying.
Here we have Dropbox for
We have
voting.
Let's-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's make a motion to remove the burn
I
ban.
make a motion to renew the burn ban for another month,
Second.
till the next meeting of November 10th.
All right,
Aye.
burn ban continues. Okay, Dropbox for voting.
Okay, I think I sent this one to you as well, and I'm not 100% sure. I would love it if you would.
We're getting a lot of mail from, they call themselves the South Dakota Freedom Caucus, about our Dropbox. Dropbox is places you can leave your ballots. We don't have Dropbox. We have voting places, okay, where they're actually keeping. You know, what a Dropbox
Both
is?
sites.
A Dropbox would be like a box somewhere, like a mailbox, where you could put your ballot. We don't have those. They keep writing this stuff about, they don't want us having those, and those are illegal, and we shouldn't be doing that, and they want us to do this and that and the next thing. And, basically, we're writing them back, we're writing them back, saying, we're here to do the law. And then they want 1,000 pieces of paper that, we may or may not, we're not generating for them. Okay, but what they're basically arguing about right now is these drop boxes, which we don't have. And which they think we have for who knows what reason, but we don't.
Okay.
So, if you hear anything about drop boxes, you understand what they are. They're a box somewhere, and they do allow them in some locations, where you can get your absentee ballot sent to you, instead of bringing it back here or mailing it back here. There was literally a box you could take it to someone, okay? We don't do that.
Okay.
But they keep sending
I don't think
these
so.
letters
I think
saying,
so.
yep,
We have this whole crap.
Buffalo does have it. So we do not,
We do
so.
not.
Okay.
I don't know where they get the crap. It's not us.
I don't think it's South Dakota.
So it says Freedom Caucus.
Yeah, that's who's sending us all this.
Okay.
Right, and just a little bit on the Freedom Caucus as well, same stuff, but a guy did come by and wanted our information. So I talked to you and gave him what he wanted. I think
What did you want?
it's just some stuff from 2020. So he wanted everything from ES&S, so which is not us, it's a
Right.
different program, it's a
No.
program. And so he got that and he says, well, I think I'll be coming over in Buffalo again. And I says, okay. So we were like,
Only come by, we're not cutting crap.
Oh, we're okay.
so.
We do what we do, what the secretary do stuff.
Yep, okay. So I just want everybody to know that we've been in touch, the two of us, and this whole Freedom Caucus is, it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we have the Buffalo County Hazard Mitigation.
and this is for you to sign. This is for the hazard mitigation, the one that we did earlier. We had a public hearing on it earlier, so we just need a signature from you.
Do we need a motion to approve it? Because we reviewed it, and I think we ever approved it.
Probably.
Why don't you make one? Doesn't want to.
I'll move that we approve or accept pre-disaster mitigation.
Resolution.
I'll second.
All aye?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And then that is also, we sent it over, you have it over for
We'll have
Peter.
it. We'll have these three.
I think I made 2 copies for you guys, so if you could. Perfect.
Okay, 4-H Youth Program Advisory.
No upcoming liquor and wine license.
I'm sorry.
We have 2 that are coming up, liquor licenses. I've sent the information to them already. So I wasn't sure, can we do that this month? So I put it in the newspaper.
They actually come to, I mean, they need them by January first, right?
December 31st,
Yeah,
renewals,
so we got time. We got
Okay.
November and December.
They need to bring an
and it's in the
application.
newspaper, yep, and everything else, so. I'm sure I got it to you.
So, this,
All we do is we send them out the stuff saying.
but they have this fall ball here in a week or so. They need a liquor license
Oh,
for
you're talking
that.
about.
Oh, I don't know about that,
This is just Crow Creek and Lodestar Casino.
right, we just,
Oh, okay. What about their fall ball? Are they not gonna have liquor there?
Yeah. I don't know. They want a day license?
I need a day license.
Well, it'd have to be approved.
Nobody's asked.
Yeah, nobody's asked.
so,
We're meeting next Thursday. then, so.
Yeah.
But it'll have to be advertised now.
No.
I'm not for that one.
Not
Not
for
for
that.
the, not for the fight, not for the.
Put it on the third tab. Can you put it on
Gotcha.
the third tab?
Yep. how much?
I think it's $5.
Five.
Yeah.
We've never seen.
How much was it last time, $5?
No.
No.
There you go.
I think wait, but I think,
Yeah.
if I went in and asked for it, $5 for one day.
Okay, now we're at the 4-H Youth Program.
I have made an envelope for each one of you guys. I'll pass those around. Our 4-H advisor is asked, the head up is asking for feedback, so if you just fill that out and at your leisure and put it back into the mail to them.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay, and then we have courthouse and highway hours.
you asked for that one done.
Yeah, well, wasn't it about time that we review the courthouse hours?
We said we would need to review.
I think so.
Let me grab Janice.
Do we have a director of equalization?
Pardon?
Do we have a director of equalization?
Not at this point. We'll deal with that here shortly.
How do you guys feel about the 8 to 4 or would you rather go back to the 9?
I'd really go back to mine.
Okay, Deb?
Well, it doesn't really matter to me. It'd probably be that whoever's coming in next, who would be actually And because we are both, so yeah, if you want to do 9, that's fine, but I'm just saying it's starting when?
Well, I don't know, you can't start it tomorrow.
Yeah, how about the 1st of November?
Gotta have advertisement out there somewhere.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's what I was thinking, is you gotta advertise it, but,
yeah, but I mean, with the time change and stuff coming up,
well, that's just it, it's gonna be, that's like anybody, the highway department too. Sorry, guys, but 7:30, you know how dark it is at 7:30 yet?
Yeah.
Real dark. And will be even
Kids are on the
darker.
bus before then.
Well, I know, but you shouldn't be out on the roads with a maintainer, is
Yeah.
my thing, I don't think.
yeah,
No problem.
so let's not do the snide remarks, please. This is a meeting and, you know, let's try and act professional, please. But, I think, you know, the highway department, go back to your regular 8-hour days.
5/8.
Yep, 5/8. And
What time will they start?
I wanted to keep it like we have it right now till next weekend. And then on the Monday following the 15th, we go back to 5/8.
okay,
Start time 8 o'clock.
Okay, that sounds good.
So it have to be the 15th.
And then the courthouse hours will be 9 to 5. right?
yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and make that,
1st of November for
is
them.
that, we're, you know, and because our time change isn't till after
It's the 7th.
November
the
3rd.
7th or something,
7th or 8th.
8th, so.
All right, we need a motion for this.
I'll make a motion that our highway department, starting October 15th, go to 5 8-hour days. Our courthouse hours, starting November 1st, will go to 9 to 5.
Second,
Yes, yes.
all aye,
Aye.
motion carried. All right, we have executive session here.
Real quick, there's approval of the vouchers before we go in.
Oh, sure.
No, you're right, you are right.
We can.
Well, we can
But-
approve.
But they're already there, and I got it right here for you when we're done with that, so.
I wouldn't even tell you so.
All right,
You got a second, Don?
I second.
153, 153.
we going over here or where?
In here.